Just moments after parting from the sewer-bound team at City Hall, Andy Firmenich, Stewardess Pennington, Adam Bauman, and the newly met pilot Captain Walker choose to each carry a 5-gallon aluminum gas can, while Jamie Donahue and Chris Herbert will be protecting the four on their way to their objective. The rain and wind have lightened as the 6 members head out the front doors and make an immediate right as they follow the long dreary street south. The friends notice that some of the brick buildings are quite run down and are boarded up. As the group follows their informational tour guide map that the mayor has marked, Andy Firmenich notices a zombie walker audience building up behind the group. It seems as they pass each alley and street, more and more zombie walkers are drawn to the fast-traveling group. Chris Herbert and Jamie Donahue continue to lead. They both observe that the street they are currently on dead ends just ahead of them. The team can only make a left at the next street and head east. Luckily, as the group arrives at the end of the street and makes the forced left turn onto the street Mesmana, the area is clear of any zombie threats. However, it only takes a few moments for Adam Bauman and Stewardess Pennington to see that 30 yards ahead of the group is blocked by some debris and some burning vehicles. Jamie and Chris Herbert tell the group that they're going to have to backtrack and find another way. Andy turns and looks back towards the way the group came from and sees that there are too many walker zombies to count. The crowd of zombie walkers are staggered all across the street and steadily making their way towards the survivors. Andy yells to the group,
"They must be drawn to our smell or something. Either way, we can't backtrack. It's a suicide run."
Stewardess Pennington yells back,
"Then we have no choice. We have to find a way through that debris down the street."
The 6 companions have no choice and are forced to run down to the end of the street of Mesmana. They quickly run and make their way to the debris of vehicles that look like they have been purposely set on fire. This was most likely done by the local rebel gangs that have taken over the city. The zombie horde have now turned onto the block street of Mesmana and are quickly advancing. The friends scour the blockade for an exit as Jamie Donahue notices a crawl space in the lower right-hand section of the blockade. Jamie, Chris Herbert, Adam Bauman, and Stewardess Pennington decide they have no choice but to move one by one on their stomachs and squeeze through the confined space. Andy Firmenich looks to the 5 friends and tells them,
"There's no way I'm going through there. You don't know what's on the other side. There has to be another way."
Andy Firmenich backs away as Adam Bauman watches him trying to break into one of the boarded-up buildings. Adam also sees that the zombies are already a quarter of the way down the street, very close to their position. Without wasting another second, Jamie Donahue decides she will be the first one through. She pulls out her 9mm pistol in one hand and chambers around. She lies on the ground and starts to make her way through, navigating through the small space. Chris Herbert moves just behind Jamie, getting ready to follow her through as suddenly, Jamie's body is pulled through the small space and the others hear Jamie screaming along with several gunshots echoing from the other side of the debris. Adam Bauman yells quickly to the group,
"We don't have any choice. We have to go now."
Chris Herbert grabs his shotgun and makes his way through. He emerges on the other side to see Jamie on the ground with a dead zombie weighing her body down. 2 infected start running for her as Chris fires 2 rounds out of his shotgun as the spread of the buckshot rips apart the heads of his targets, quickly killing both of the infected zombies. Stewardess Pennington is the next one through, along with Adam Bauman following closely behind. Chris Herbert helps Jamie up.
"Are you all right?"
Jamie frantically responds,
I'm fine. I was trying to slide through when that thing just latched on me, and it pulled me straight through. I just started shooting as fast as I could, and it landed dead on top of me."
Andy Firmenich is the last survivor still trapped on the other side of the debris. The zombies are now within 20 feet of his position. He frantically takes his baseball bat and tries to beat in several of the locked doors to the nearby buildings. The windows are all barred on the first floor. It is useless to break the glass, as he can't even get through the bars. Andy does not have the strength to break through the locked doors on his own with his wooden baseball bat. The first of the zombies lunge for Andy as he quickly dodges the attack and is forced backwards into one of the locked doorways. More and more of the walkers engulf his position. Andy swings with all of his might as the first zombie latches on and sinks its teeth into Andy's arm. Another grapples and bites his leg, taking him to the ground. 4 more mindless undead squeeze into the small doorway space and violently feast on Andy's flesh. Adam Bauman, Stewardess Pennington, Chris Herbert, Jamie Donahue, and pilot Captain James Walker from City Hall stand by for a moment as they think they hear the faint screams of Andy just over the echoes of the undead. The 5 regain their composure as they can see the tall sign for Bastoni's gas station just in the distance. Minutes later, the Lornay Street survivors approach the gas station as they see 9 members from the sewer team exiting a manhole just near the station. Together, the 14 survivors move closer and see an exploder zombie near the center of the fueling pumps. Stewardess Pennington runs ahead of the group to try and get its attention, to try and move it away from the gas tanks. The group watches as the deformed exploder slowly makes its way towards the flight attendant. Captain Jeffries takes his M16 rifle and shoots 5 to 6 rounds as they pierce through the zombie. Its body convulses and quickly explodes. But luckily no one was injured, as everyone was outside of its 10 to 15 foot burning blast radius. Chris Canoi, Jamie Donahue, Lindsay Welby, Adam Welling, Chris Herbert, and Matt Baumberger start to fill up their 5-gallon containers while the others search a few of the nearby trucks for keys. Xander and Harvey are able to find a set of keys to one of the available trucks. They start up the engine and back it up as the friends begin to load their gas containers into the bed of the truck. Meanwhile, Chris Risley runs to the last remaining truck parked directly in front of the station. He lowers the sun visor and a set of keys fall into his lap. He looks over his shoulder to see where the other friends are. Chris thinks he has a chance to get away on his own, as he doesn't trust the mayor and thinks he'll be better off on his own.
What are you doing? Stop! Stop!
The others watch as the bullets from Officer Rivers' 9mm pistol pierce through the back window, driver's seat, and into Chris as he hunches over the wheel and the vehicle slowly rolls to a stop. Everyone stares at Officer Rivers in shock. He looks back to the others and says,
Look, I'm sorry about your friend, but that was the only other functional truck and we needed to transport everyone. I couldn't let him get away. That is, unless you all wanted to walk all the way back to City Hall.
Chris Herbert and Adam Bauman tell the friends.
The officer's right. Chris had a choice, and he was going to leave us here. Let's just get everyone loaded and get the hell out of here.
Chris and Adam run over to the vehicle, open the door, and pull Chris Risley out of the driver's seat. They get inside the truck and back it up to the gas station pumps. The remaining survivors, including Chris Canoi, Jamie Donahue, Lindsay Welby, Adam Welling, Chris Herbert, Matt Baumberger, Xander, Harvey, Adam Bowman, Stuart Pennington, Captain Jeffries, and the pilot, Captain Walker, load evenly between the two vehicles. Officer Rivers leads in the first truck, and Chris Herbert drives just behind them in the second as they all make their way to City Hall.